This is the setup for doing a comparison of the Align weighted tail grips versus Chinese weights. And same setup we've used before for our testing. We have the digital force gauge, we have our tail boom strapped down, we have our degree marks for plus or minus 20 degrees. We have the whole thing driven by a shot of the Dremel tool at 19,000 RPM on the setting of the digital speed. And this is obviously driving our tail bolt drive system. This is the stock blade grip, stock blade bolts, 37mm stock Align blades, totally stock setup. We will fire this up and see what the pushrod forces are. Stock Align blade grips with 37mm Align blades and running at 19,000 RPM, strictly stock setup. We'll see what the pushrod forces are. Okay, we had 6 ounces of force both directions. Stock Align grips with stock 37mm Align blades, the T250 Chinese bolts, and we will fire this up and see what the pushrod forces are. It's a test of stock Align grips with Chinese weights, 37mm Align blades, 19,000 RPM. Pay attention to the T, well, C and T, tension and compression. And you'll notice that when I back up from the compression side, it stays compression except towards the center, and same way on the tension side, it'll stay tension as I back up going to the other direction. This is the tuning that we're doing now on all the weights to maintain a little bit of force to keep the backlash out of the tail system. These are the new Align metal tail holders, H25095T. These basically have a built-in Chinese weight in the grip, the base of the grip. So these are weighted grips, supposedly to reduce tennis racket effect. We are going to test and see if they have any significant reduction in pushrod forces. Everything is stock about these. Same setup as all the other tests. All we did was put these on with the same blades, same RPM, and we'll see what they do. This is a test with the new weighted grips, Align H25095T. These are the grips with the Chinese weights built into the hub, and we'll fire it up and see what the pushrod forces are. Okay, conditions all the same, same 19,000 RPM, everything identical. So the Align weighted grips reduced the pushrod force 1 ounce from 6 ounces on the stock grips down to 5 ounces of pushrod force with the weighted grips, compared to 1.5 ounces with the Chinese weights. And the Chinese weights are only at 1.5 ounces by design to leave enough force there to keep the backlash out of the tail system. So the weighted grips seem to be not weighted enough to do any significant elimination of tennis racket effect.